Hi, this is Vivian in South Carolina. Just doing a quick garden update. I'll do another video about why I'm not doing as many videos right now. The corn was started as seeds in little peat discs, and then I put them into one of those black bus pan containers, and then I got these transplanted late. They're producing fruit, corn, but you can see how they're too weak to really support the weight of the corn that they're growing. We've harvested one, and here's a picture of it. And I roasted it, and it tasted really good. Not sweet, not like the sweet corn that we normally buy and have. It's a little bit starchier, it's a little denser, not as sweet, but I thought it was flavorful. It was good. And we've got some producing. The thing that I was finding out about corn, because this is the first time I've ever really had much of a growing on it, is that you wait for it to get rounded. See how this is real pointy looking? You want it to be rounded. That tells you that the kernels have filled out. And you wait for it to turn like this. That means it's done. It's not going to... see, that's where the pollen, those are all those little female parts that the pollen attaches to. And the pollen comes from the stalks at the top. So this fertilizes each seed kernel that's in that cob. This one's done. So whatever's not fertilized, it's not going to get fertilized. And like here, this is a... and we're probably going to go ahead and harvest that one. And that one. These are going to be baby corn. And I'll show a picture of them. But I think with these, I may be able to, like this one's probably not completely finished, but probably, yeah, it's finished. Unlike that one down there. But these were actually the more sickly plants that I went ahead and got into the ground. And then I wasn't able to finish up the bed, this trench bed, until later. So the better plants actually got planted later, so that's backwards. And they are planted way too close. I went ahead and put okra in there, and they're coming up, and soon I'll take the corn out, and the okra will have this patch to it themselves. But if you notice, I transplanted a bunch of wild purslanes into this bed just to give it some ground cover. I don't know if that was a wise decision or not. I had it and I did it. And we'll see how that goes. And I'm going to try to harvest some for eating on that. Over here, I had 3. Here's one. I don't know if you can see. That's one tomato plant there. Another tomato plant here. And then this one that's really struggling. My grandson stepped on this. These were only slightly smaller than this when I took these two off of the mother plant. And this one was actually an accident. It broke off and it was really big. And I didn't think it was going to root, but it did. It rooted nicely. But this one has really taken off. I mean, look at that. It's more than doubled the other one. That was more than double its size, and it's starting to flower and produce. I'll get a cage on this. And I accidentally broke another piece off when I was checking the mother plant. So I went ahead and stuck it, and that's the way it kind of looked. I don't know if it's going to make it. I've not been as good about watering as I should, and I'm going to get some things planted over here soon, I hope. But a squirrel's been digging in here or something. I'm pretty sure that's a squirrel. I could be mistaken. I need to keep a better eye on the garden. But these are 2 cucumber plants that started out very leggy, very spindly, because I started them out inside. And I didn't really have much hope for them, but look, they're filling out. I'm trying to get it to train on the cage here. And I'm making sure to water them and keeping them watered. But yeah, I'd probably need to treat them. This one looks really good though. It's already got something, trying to do something there. But this one has filled out more. You know, it was real leggy like the other one, but this one has gotten better. Oh, nice. Didn't see that underneath the leaf. That's doing well, and I hope that when I do another update, I'll have another trench where the chestnut trees are, and it's going to go all the way down to the end of this terrace, which means we're going to have to dig up some of the potatoes, which is fine if we can get some early potatoes, see how that's doing, harvest the stems and leaves at this point. The mother tomato plant, I hadn't been able to harvest anything before it starts going bad, and I can't get it to the cage to right itself. It's gotten huge, and I'm letting it be. The lemongrass, I'm still amazed that they rooted. There was hardly anything on the bottoms of those, but they rooted. And I need to come in here and get my bell peppers before they go bad too. But see, like, I've been bad about getting these. And I think this is where I broke off that one piece. And I got another yeah, here's where I broke it off. The new one that I planted. But I probably got some more hornworms, or something's been coming out here and eating them. Something's been eating my strawberries. So I doubt it's the same critter that's going to be eating the tomato hornworms. But I may just go ahead and pull this tomato plant out and try to root some of the other stuff into the other bed and just get the green tomatoes and what I can off of that. Ah, there's one. There's one of the culprits. See it? So I'll get that, give it to the chickies. And that way I can get to let my bell pepper plants grow. I dug out some lemon balm, and I tried to put it into the trench with the trees that I'm doing, but I don't know if they've survived. But I've still got 3 more. I think there's 2 or 3 lemon balm plants in there, and they were just taking over this bed. So I need to start cutting on them, and the sage, and maybe dig up a couple of the rosemaries and put them into another trench. Okay. Here's one of the lemon balms, and that's a hazelnut tree. I think I lost that one. I've lost a couple others that's still in the bucket, but I'm not sure. It's struggling. It's trying to root. But it was a pretty big plant, and I shoveled it out. And these are service berries. And here's the other lemon balm. And this is a Korean melon. I kind of started them late. I like our little wasp friends. Where's that a wasp? Anyway, they're predatorial, so they're getting stuff from over here. There is one melon down there. Several little ones. But this is the biggest of the Korean melons. Let me see. The ones that doesn't have anything to grow on are water melons from seeds that we grew last year. And lost a service berry there. It's a hazelnut. May lose the service berry here. When we had some really heavy rains, it came and just brought all this clay and covered everything. And my scraggly goji berry, the other one's I'm pretty sure is dead. And this one's trying. Another Korean melon. I've been trying to work with them and train them up on the this little trellis, which is really not adequate, but it's what I'm working with. Oops. And these service berries are doing all right. This was the really scraggly watermelon. I do have melons on another one that's in the garden. And here's the last of the Korean melons. I enjoyed those so much last year. And I'm trying to do something with the border. But obviously the soil is lacking, so I've been trying to work with that. And there's always something, because of the bend and how old this hose was, I can't use this. I gotta fix it. It's always something, so I've been having to manually water this. Got these 2 chestnut trees back from my friend and gave her 2 more for her to get in. And this one's making a comeback, but the other one may be done. And that lone persimmon, I'm scared to plant that. Been watering them here and keeping an eye out because they did have a really bad fungus problem when I brought them. This rescue tomato plant, look at it, it's going crazy. It was real leggy. I buried half of it. And here's the other 2. Need to get a cage on this one. And this one I need to put another drain hole because it just stayed flooded, and that's why the roots did that. So I'm going to go ahead and get some dirt and cover that up. Now this is an amaranth, which is an edible, but I don't care for it too much. It's survival food. If I had to have something and that was all I had, then yeah, I could eat it. I could make do with it. But I went ahead and planted a whole bunch of basil in here. I don't think that's basil. I think that's perilla. So that's what's going on here. And I need to get this cage before. But these 3 were all, you know, not in good shape. And my lettuce garden. My radishes still hadn't bulbed. I don't know what I'm doing wrong or what's wrong with this soil. I put some Epsom salt in here. This lettuce wasn't tasting all that good. I had to put, when lettuce is good, you don't need dressing. You can just eat it. But it has a bitterness to it, which is telling you something's wrong, something's lacking in the soil. So I put some Epsom salt in here, and I'll come in here and harvest some and see if that did the trick. But it's a lot of stuff going on. I don't know why this purple perilla this year is getting all not the leaves like it did last year. I don't know why it's doing it like that. And they've pretty much stopped seeding, but the same plants are still there. Lots going on still, and lots to catch up on. Here's the difference between the cultivated purslane, bigger flowers, but the ones in the garden, I don't know if you noticed, they were pretty big, they're about this size, whereas this one in the pot is half the size of what's in the trench bed. I think that's it. I said I'd keep it short, and I don't think I did. Thanks for watching.